Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. So, have you ever actually stopped to wonder exactly how ChatGPT manages to type out these incredibly comprehensive answers to your questions in just, a matter of seconds? Or how YouTube just always seems to recommend that exact perfect video you didn't even realize you wanted to watch? Or even something as simple as how your smartphone instantly recognizes your face to unlock? Well, today, our goal is to break down artificial intelligence for you, and we're going to do it with absolutely zero technical jargon. We're going to strip away all the complex computer science and get right down to the core of what is actually happening behind your screens.
So, is it magic? It's a totally fair question, right? Because when you see these rapid fire answers and perfectly tailored recommendations, it honestly can feel a little bit like sorcery. But I'm here to quickly reveal that it is absolutely not magic. No way. It is actually just a highly structured process. And once you see the mechanics behind it, the mystery completely vanishes. Let's look at the blueprint. Section 1, what actually is AI? The new employee analogy. Think of AI as a brand new hire who knows literally nothing on day one, but learns strictly through repetition. At its core, artificial intelligence is simply a computer system designed to learn patterns from information and use those patterns to make decisions or predictions. That's it. The absolute most crucial points here is that AI doesn't think like a human being. It doesn't have a conscious mind, and it has absolutely zero emotions. It's simply a machine that has become exceptionally, and I mean exceptionally, good at recognizing patterns in data. That right there is the great secret behind all the hype. Moving on to Section 2, how AI learns patterns, making mistakes to get smarter. Because, an AI doesn't just wake up knowing these patterns. It has to go through a pretty rigorous learning mechanism. Let's say we want to teach an AI system to recognize cats. We start by showing it thousands upon thousands of pictures. Some are explicitly labeled cat, and others are labeled dog. Now, at first, the AI is going to make a ton of mistakes. It might call a really fluffy dog a cat, or maybe a hairless cat a dog. But here's the thing, every single mistake provides feedback that helps it improve. Eventually, it begins to lock in on specific physical features. It actually mathematically notices the patterns in pointy ears, the specific shape of feline eyes, the structure of the face, and the arch of the body shapes. It becomes so incredibly accurate that you can show it a picture of a cat it has never, ever seen before in its life, and it will correctly identify it. This actually brilliantly illustrates the difference between organic learning and machine learning. Compare a child learning fruits to an AI system. If you point at an apple and say, this is an apple, and point at a banana and say, this is a banana, a child uses their eyes, their organic memory, and a human teacher to eventually recognize those fruits instantly. Well, an AI system learns in almost the exact same structural way, but just with entirely different tools. Instead of eyes, it receives digital data. Instead of a biological memory, it stores mathematical patterns on massive servers. And instead of a teacher in a classroom, humans simply provide it with massive sets of labeled examples. It's literally turning raw data into math. Which brings us to Section 3, where AI gets knowledge, the ultimate library. So where does this massive amount of data actually come from? Well, it consumes practically everything. We're talking books, websites, pictures, videos, voice recordings, and highly complex research papers. It absorbs an almost unimaginable volume of information. AI doesn't magically know everything. It is simply very, very well read. And the rule of thumb here is quite simple, really. The larger and better the quality of the training data, the smarter the AI becomes at recognizing patterns. It is all about the diet of information that we feed it. All right, Section 4, predictions and mistakes. Taking the test. So how does it actually apply this knowledge, and why does it sometimes get things hilariously wrong? When you give it a prompt like, say, explain gravity, it doesn't search the live internet to find an article. Actually, scratch that. It references the billions of learned mathematical patterns from its training data. Then it simply predicts the next most likely word, one after another, to construct a coherent answer. Think of it kind of like a highly advanced version of the autocomplete feature on your smartphone's keyboard. It's not thinking, it is calculating the most probable next word based on the patterns of human language it has already studied. But because it relies entirely on prediction, it isn't perfect. AI makes mistakes because the information it was trained on might be confusing or contradictory to begin with. Often, the training data is simply incomplete. And honestly, very frequently, the question we ask it, the user prompt, is unclear. Because AI is just predicting patterns, it can spit out an entirely incorrect answer with absolute confidence. This is exactly why you must always verify important information. It's an incredible assistant for sure, but it is definitely not a flawless oracle. Next up, Section 5, AI in your daily life. It's already here. You might think of this as some distant, futuristic concept, but this technology is already deeply integrated into your normal routine. Netflix recommending your next favorite movie based on your watch history? That is AI pattern recognition. YouTube video suggestions keeping you engaged? AI. Google Translate instantly converting languages? Your phone using your face to unlock? Maps calculating the absolute fastest route in real-time traffic? Your email inbox silently filtering out spam before you even see it? And shopping websites knowing exactly what product to show you next? The reality is, you are already interacting with artificial intelligence seamlessly dozens of times every single day, probably without even realizing it.
Finally, Section 6, the future of AI, the next era. What does this actually mean for the human workforce? Well, the pace of improvement is revolutionary across the board. Doctors will detect diseases much earlier by spotting microscopic patterns in X-rays. Students are going to learn faster with personalized tutoring. Businesses are already saving countless hours of manual data entry, while artists are leveraging new tools to create amazing work. Programmers can write and debug code almost instantly now, and farmers are analyzing soil and weather patterns to radically improve crop yields. The absolutely crucial takeaway here is this: AI is not going to replace every human. However, humans who know how to use AI are going to have a massive, undeniable advantage in the workplace.
I absolutely love this quote from our source material. Learning AI today is like learning how to use the internet in the early 2000s. Think back to that time. The internet wasn't just some passing fad, it was a foundational shift in how the entire world operated. Those who embraced it thrived. AI is the exact same way. It is an essential new tool, and framing it this way really helps us view it not as a threat to fear, but as a crucial skill that we just have to master. So let's bring everything we've talked about together. Here is the absolute cleanest way to remember how all of this works. Step 1. Think of AI as a student. Step 2. The massive amounts of data we feed it is its textbook. Step 3. The process of training the model is its education. Step 4. The mathematical patterns it recognizes becomes its knowledge. And finally, Step 5. The predictions it generates are its answers. That brilliantly illustrates the entire architecture of artificial intelligence in 5 really simple concepts. So we end with a question for you. Knowing that AI is simply a powerful, fast-learning digital student that relies on patterns and data, how are you going to use this student to your advantage? It's time to stop fearing the magic behind the screen and start utilizing this incredible tool to improve your work, your learning, and your daily life. Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope you leave today feeling empowered by your new understanding of artificial intelligence. Catch you next time!